Hey y'all, Kelly Whitney here with another thing older black women should tell younger black women, but don't. Be intentional about your life. Have a plan. Now, absolutely everyone is talking about Clarke, C-L-A-R-K-E. You know her on TikTok. She did a video recently that has got the entire virtual community abuzz. And she talked about how she's not going to date outside of her socioeconomic class. And here's why. When she was 12 years old, she created a vision board for herself. On that board, she outlined everything that she had to do in order to build the type of life that she wanted. Some backstory on Clarke. Her father, I think, was incarcerated. She lived in Atlanta or somewhere in the Atlanta area with her mother and some siblings or other family members. I think she said there were 7 people in the apartment at one time and she was on the bottom bunk, and if I'm not mistaken, she had to share that bottom with somebody else. Her mother was a teacher. She decided that she was gonna pull herself out of that situation and build herself a fabulous life, and that is exactly what she did. She put on her vision board what school she wanted to go to, an Ivy, which law school she wanted to go to, how she was going to dedicate herself to her studies. She was going to not date throughout high school. Focus, 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 discipline, planning, execution, all that. And guess what? She did absolutely everything she said she was going to do. I think she graduated from Columbia University. Now, because of her success as an influencer, she lives in a Manhattan penthouse with views that would knock your ass down. And all she does is go out and date and be invited to fabulous trips and represent brands and create the most eloquent, fabulous content you have ever seen. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. I think the girl is borderline brilliant because I've never seen, at least I don't see it that often, that level of poise in someone that young. I want to thank whichever one of you it was who recommended her to me in the comments. I followed her and I have never looked back. She inspires me, and I'm literally twice her age, which just proves to you you can learn from anybody. But when she said that she would not date outside of her socioeconomic class, she explained the vision board, the 12-year-old Clarke, all the work that she had to do getting into the Ivy, graduating from the Ivy, and now she's planning to go to law school, the influencing, all this and that. She laid it all out beautifully, that it would be an insult to the 12-year-old me and all of the work that I have done to date someone who is not where I am. No lies were told. Everything that girl said made perfect sense, unless your ass is crazy. All the people who are angry at her because she said she would not date out of her socioeconomic class probably can't even afford to buy Clarke a drink. Stop playing. Be fucking for real. You can't deal with that girl. But I think the real thing behind their anger toward her is Clarke is setting an example for other black women. And these demons out here don't want that to happen. You see what I'm saying? Because Clarke is basically showing you how it can be done. And that is why I'm saying you have got to be intentional about your life. Clarke had a plan. You need a plan. And I'm not saying that you need to be exactly like Clarke. I would never encourage you to be exactly like anybody. I will only encourage you to be the absolute best version of yourself. You got to dig into what you want. Everybody doesn't want to go to an Ivy League school. She had a plan for what she wanted, and you need a plan for what you want. I'm building a plan for what I want, and I'm going to get it. And that's that. It's that simple. Didn't say it was easy, but it's that simple. Make up your mind. You make that plan. This is what it's going to take. This is when I need to do it. This is what habits I need to develop in order to get me there and sustain me while I'm on this journey. Boop, 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 boop. And go down the list. Be that intentional. That is what it takes for you to live well as a black woman out here, okay? It needs to be that focused. It needs to be that disciplined, because you see all of the vitriol that this beautiful young woman is getting just because she has standards. And people can stand the idea that a beautiful black woman, a young, pretty, rich, wealthy, successful, educated, and fabulous young black woman is saying no to anything except the best. You need to have a plan for your life. You need to be intentional, because floating around here, time is not promised to you. You may not always have another chance, another opportunity. Sometimes good things only come around once, because the good Lord is going to see, are you going to get it? Are you going to pick up? Now, a lot of times you will get another chance, and sometimes you make your own chances. But my point to you is prepare to win. Be intentional about your life. Be intentional about your happiness. That's what Clarke's doing, and it's working out beautifully for her. And I think think it's replicable. This is not a unicorn we're talking about, even though she is fabulous. All of us can do that if we want to. It's gonna look like something different for each of us because we're not Clark. And that's fine. That's as it should be. But we can all aspire to more. And if we put in the work, we can all get it. And I think older Black women are not talking to young Black women about being intentional about their lives because we have not done so. Many of us, we get stuck in survival mode. We've made bad decisions and we have not taken the time to exorcise ourselves from poor situations. And so all of the damage ends up compounding, and planning, intentionality, discipline, they're completely buried by the need to survive and to keep our heads above water. That's why discipline and intentionality is so important. It's okay to make mistakes. You're gonna fall into situations of shit, I can't believe this didn't happen and woo-wop-de-bam, but just don't stay there. That's the discipline. You made the mistake, but then you pulled your Black ass out of it and moved on. That is what you have to do in order to win. That's what Clark does. That girl's not perfect, and she doesn't claim to be. I find her so refreshing. Her sense of self seems to be so strong and so positive. When you are intentional about your life, you will be very precise in the decisions that you make. You will think critically about your actions and your behaviors and the company that you keep. So all these people out here who are fussing because she refuses to date down, what intentions do you think that they have? Are they good? Are they magnanimous? Are they positive in nature? The people who are angry at her for having standards have an agenda. They're mad because they don't have access to her. And they're also delusional because you wouldn't have had access to her anyway. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have to be intentional about your life. You have to be a planner. You've got to be an executor. And you've got to look and find the right examples to encourage you and spur you and motivate you on to glory. Intend to get somewhere special and then make yourself a plan on how you're going to get there. That's all I got for this video. I hope y'all go follow Clark because all this hullabaloo is just making her brand that much bigger. So go follow her if you're not already following her. And I hope y'all come back for the next video.